pedal's dropping off quicker now. That's good. Right. Wait till the noisy trains have gone past. The good thing about being down here, nobody can hear me riding. So, turn that for a moment. Put the bike on the stand. And let's talk about the hydraulic clutch. Just make sure that's clean. Yeah. Okay, guys. Hydraulic clutch. If you've seen my mods, tips and tricks video, a couple of videos before, the train going past. This is a coal train now on the opposite line. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we're about 30 carriages long. So the hydraulic clutch, 10mm Brembo master, and then we've got the standard cheap Chinese hose, clutch hose, and again a cheap Chinese slave cylinder in the bottom. I would say it is the best mod on this bike that I've done, the hydraulic clutch. But if you can see there, get close in, I've put some silicone on where the rod goes into the slave cylinder. And that's like a wiper, so it prevents any dirt getting in there. I use some automotive silicone that I've got at home, really good stuff. I just smeared some of that on overnight, let it set, and it's really good now how that works. But it just keeps all the dirt out of that slave cylinder. But the clutch, fantastic, great for one finger clutch. And as you've seen me doing those little loops, then you know it's one finger on the clutch. It's really light. And it's fully disengaging as well, and I've got the lever set on the midpoint, on the sort of neutral point with the screw. One thing I will say, every now and again you sometimes get a little build up in the system of fluid, and that's when you're doing multiple actions very quickly. You know, I'll just try and simulate it now actually. So you get to a point sometimes you're doing like where the lever travel won't go as far, but the clutch is still disengaged. Quick release and it's back to normal. And I've tried it in, you know, when it's cold, when it's really hot, and it's the same. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect the use of it, but it's just something I'd point out to you. So I think that's when you do it. When you're doing those really multiple actions. I mean, it's only not every time, but now and again, you just release the lever, it's back to normal. I don't know why that is, but it doesn't affect the use of the clutch as such. I know when some of the guys were riding with the cable clutch, when the engine's hot, they do get expansion and contraction with the clutch, so it affects the use of the cable, and you've got to adjust the cable on the fly. With this you don't have to do that. It is what it is, it's set. As long as you've got free play in the system, which we have, there's a good amount of free play in there. As you can see, it's just self-adjusting all the time. You can just, it's 100% reliable. That's what I like about it, and particularly when I'm training on this bike and I'm simulating a lot of what I do on my other bike, which has hydraulic clutch, so it's nice to have the same feel. For me, that is the best mod so far. If you can get a cheap master cylinder, then just order the hose from AliExpress. I think about, you know, £20 or $20, whatever, and the cylinder as well. And get some of those shims to turn the angle of the slave cylinder on the bracket on the engine, just so it just turns it in a different direction, so you can move the clevis further down the arm, so you're getting more pull on the lever when you use it. So, you know, just check out my tips and tricks video before. There's a lot more detail on that. But for the day-to-day riding, I've done 10 hours now with this hydraulic clutch. it's stayed. It's an absolute stayer, no doubt at all. Really good. Recommend it. If you want to do it, do it. It's so light as well. Makes things over the day a lot easier, and maintenance free as well. No cables to oil. It is just you know, a maintenance free operation now. So the only time I expect to have to do anything with this system is either to, if I want to change the fluid, or if I'm going to change the clutch plates, as and when that might happen. I don't know. I know there's guys with like 100 hours plus on these bikes before they've had to even touch a clutch, and that's what I'm expecting. So yeah, good stuff. We're still getting on with the touch and go carburettor. We're still a little bit up and down with the idle still, but you know, I'm making it work. I like the fuel economy what it gives, and I'm going to go up on a rear sprocket. Actually, the rear sprocket, we've got a 52 on at the moment. I'm going to go up to a 53, so we've got a better second gear, so we don't bog out as much on some of those steeper climbs. Because you know, the bottom end on this bike is not like any other bike. It's quite a soft bottom end, so you've got to rev it to get the best out of it. But with a slightly lower gear, with that second gear, we'll be able to do a lot more with it. I think a hell of a lot more. I don't you know, use it on the road, so it's purely for off-road use. So that extra little bit of low down grunt will help a hell of a lot. So let's do a bit of clutch work. So nice to be on the clutch with one finger. Just adjusting all the time. You know, a bit of clutch, a little bit of revs. Just finding that grip. So yeah, just when you're doing those slow manoeuvre type techniques, the single finger on the clutch just makes things so much easier. It's so light, other than the power, it feels pretty much like riding my other bike, to be honest. I'm doing the same sort of stuff. What I am gaining from training on this bike is better balance. I'm thinking about my gear selection better. I'm thinking about loading up on the revs more. At the bottom of climbs, things like that. So I'm benefiting, really I'm benefiting. And we're now up to 25 hours on this bike this morning. In the time that I've had it, it's quite a lot of hours for me, and I envisage doing a lot more. So yeah, the hydraulic clutch, recommend it, give it a go. Like I say, just look out, build your own kit, don't bother buying a kit, which is like 300 bucks or whatever. Build your own kit. It's simple, it's easy to do. Just a little bit of engineering skills and you're good to go. So there you have it. That's the hydraulic clutch on the GPX TSE 250. a really good mod. I'll be back with a 30-hour review very soon on Robbo's GPX Dirtbike page, and yeah, there we go. Stay tuned, hard enduro and intermediate Eurotech. See you soon. Not quite. Practice makes perfect.